The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet.
The 46th President of the United States.
Former Vice President Joe Biden will win Pennsylvania and Nevada, putting him over the 270 electoral votes he needs to become the 46th President of the United States.
Thank you. Don't say that, I'll start to cry, and that wouldn't be good for my image. You don't want to see me cry.
I'd submit to the viewer that there's good reason why President Donald J. Trump accurately labels the media fake news. But Joe Biden is not and will never be the 46th President of the United States of America. For the patriots out there who are confused and hurting, remember this: the media do not call the result of a highly fraudulent election. The Electoral College and the Supreme Court do. Once litigation is complete, and once this is over with, and once the media are forced to humiliatingly concede that President Donald J. Trump is going to serve a second term, it won't just be Trump supporters who hate the media. Everyone will.
And they're actually chanting, Fox News sucks. Fox News sucks.
We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
Sidney Powell,
I'm going to release the Kraken.
the greatest lawyer of all time, is a high-flying all-star member of Team Trump, a team which includes other high-flying all-stars and litigation masters, including former Mayor of New York, Rudy Giuliani.
Somebody who stood for fairness.
Who wants to listen to you, Pierce? I mean, really, I am. You can say anything you want, because I have no respect for you.
And Jay Sekulow, a man who served as President Trump's lead outside counsel during the Ukraine hoax. In an interview with Newsmax TV, Sidney explained how the Dominion voting system, the system which was used to tabulate votes in 28 US states for the 2020 election, she explained how the Dominion system is purposefully designed to manipulate and switch votes to whichever candidate the people counting the vote decide.
I heard you say today, Dominion, the software was actually designed to be hacked. Dominion, the software was actually designed to be hacked. And I'm looking at one of the agreements they had with the County of Santa Clara on, this is a contract between them and Dominion. Item 226 allows staff to adjust tally based on review of scanned ballot images. Look, you're the lawyer. I'm no tech expert, but that sounds very, very funky to me.
And worse than that, it had a back door so it could be manipulated by anyone who could access it through that back door. And that was a deliberate feature. The affidavit of the young military officer we provided yesterday to the public explains how it was created for that very purpose. So Hugo Chavez would never lose another election. And he did not after that software was created. He won every single election, and then they exported it to Argentina and other countries in South America, and then they brought it here. And it's a foreign company, no matter how you look at it. So they've already violated the president's order against foreign interference in our elections. Our votes were actually eventually counted in Barcelona, Spain, or Frankfurt, Germany, on foreign servers. But they admit, the founder of the company admits he can change 1 million votes, no problem at all. The founder of the company admits he can change 1 million votes, no problem at all.
The founder of Dominion admitted a long time ago, recently to you. Tell us more, please.
Publicly. I will tweet out the video later and I'll tag you in it.
The founder of Dominion that Sidney is referring to is Eric Coomer. On November 14th, the Gateway Pundit printed an article on Mr. Coomer, which contained the following extract. Quote, in a stunning interview conducted by Michelle Malkin, Joe Altman, FEC, Faith Education Commerce United founder, reveals how he infiltrated Antifa and how during a conversation with Antifa members, he discovered Eric from Dominion was allegedly part of the chat during the week of September 27, 2020. Altman explained that Eric was telling the Antifa members they needed to keep up the pressure. When one of the callers asked, "Who's Eric?" someone answered, "Eric, he's the Dominion guy." Altman said that as the conversation continued, someone asked, "What are we going to effing do if Trump wins?" Altman paraphrased how Eric, the Dominion guy, responded, "Don't worry about the election. Trump's not going to win. I made effing sure of that." End quote.
Obi-Wan has taught you well. You have controlled your fear.
OAN, One American News Network, aired an audio recording of retired Air Force Lieutenant General Thomas McInerney, in which McInerney explained how two pieces of software, Hammer and Scorecard, were used to fix the vote in sleepy Joe Biden's favor.
People must understand that this software was used to overturn the 2020 election. The first time in the United States' history that massive amounts of cyber warfare have been used in our voting system. Hammer is a surveillance software developed by the CIA. The programmer was Dennis Montgomery. He developed this in 2003 to go after radical Islamists. Scorecard is a program that was developed for CIA that manipulates voting booths.
McInerney explained Scorecard was intended to overturn elections in foreign countries to install leaders favorable to the United States. But then, under Obama, it was turned to an even more sinister purpose.
Well, that was done by the Obama administration 2 weeks after Obama came in 2009, February 3rd to be exact. Moved it out of CIA into a secret skiff in Fort Washington, Maryland. And then they started listening on U.S. citizens to include chief justices, prominent Americans, politicians, etc. When that happened, Dennis Montgomery, who invented the programs, became a whistleblower.
Under former FBI Director James Comey and former CIA Director John Brennan, both Hammer and Scorecard were redesigned to target American citizens, specifically the left's political opponents like Donald Trump. This software is highly illegal. But with President Obama's blessing, these deep state operatives went to work on not only discrediting Donald Trump, but on undermining the 2012 and 2016 elections. The programs were countered in 2016, but now in 2020, they were successful and managed to sabotage the election of President Trump by instead reallocating his votes to Joe Biden. McInerney says it was primarily used in the battleground states and is evident in the massive vote dumps for Biden in the early hours of November 4th, the morning after Election Day.
Eagle-eyed election 2020 viewer Russell Ramsland caught vote switching occurring live and in real time on CNN.
This is some amazing video that you're seeing from CNN election night. And I want to go back and show you a little bit about this clip. First, I want to explain what's happening in this clip. What's happening in this clip is this is the live feed from Clarity Elections coming through the Associated Desk or Decision Desk HQ. So this is the live feed. You're seeing the database that Clarity has as it gets updated with votes, okay? And right now, and this little ribbon at the bottom, this is generated by CNN. And they update this a second after they get the update from Clarity up here. So let's just look. Right now, Andy Beshear, who is the guy that upset Matt Bevin, the governor at the time, Andy Beshear has 673,948 votes. That ties to what the ribbon from CNN says. Same thing with Matt Bevin, 662,235. 662,235. Now, let me take you through, and real quick, I'm going to run it again. You're going to see, if you're watching just this gold, you're going to see a flash update, and then this guy's face fills the page, and then I'm going to show you what you really missed. So here we go. Watch the gold. The update's coming. Boom, there it updates. And now here's this guy. Now let me show you what you missed. We're going to drag this back frame by frame. And so here we are before the update, and now I'm going to start walking you forward. Watch the gold. Here comes the update from Clarity. Boom. There it is. So now the update, Andy Beshear has 674,508 votes. And look down below, Andy Beshear had 673,948. They haven't had a chance to update the ribbon because this is in split seconds we're looking at. So Andy Beshear has just gained 560 votes. That makes sense. That's what happens as more votes come in, right? Let's look at Matt Bevin. He now has 661,675. But look down below. He did have 662,235 at the exact same second that Andy Beshear has gone up 560 votes. Matt Bevin has gone down 560 votes. This is vote switching in the computer. And by the way, between the 560 gain and 560 loss, you have just seen 25% of the loss amount of this race happen in front of your very eyes.
Farm living is the life for me. Land spreading out so far and wide.
To all who reject the lies and slander of the mainstream media, it became clear early on that President Trump would inevitably landslide the 2020 election. After all, pre-election, President Trump was performing some of the best stand-up routines the world has ever seen, to tens of thousands of wonderful deplorables, and up to 5 times per day.
You know, it's amazing. I mentioned food stamps, and that guy who's seriously overweight went crazy. He went crazy. Amazing.
Whilst at the same time, the only people that Sleepy Joe Biden was able to get to attend his rallies were Trump supporters. Trump supporters who were there to heckle him.
This isn't a political statement like those ugly folks over there beeping a horn.
You have learned much, young one.
You'll find I'm full of surprises.